I'm watching you. Private eye.
Hello and welcome to You're a Podcast, Veronica Mars. I'm Joe.
And I'm Travis, and I'm just going to turn off my fan before I forget. There we go.
Thank you for catching that now, because today we are here discussing Veronica Mars Season 1, Episode 19, Hot Dogs.
So this is Trina's grand return. Yes. Not grand return. This is not a good episode. I'm not gonna, pretend it is. This episode...
Okay, so you are holding true to that. That's good. I'm happy this time you didn't come crawling back on your knees. I'm so sorry. You were right, Joe. Right.
We're so late into the season, and we're, got so much to fucking do. But let's, take this, a big chunk of this episode on this Mandy chick and her dog, which, I get it. People love dogs. They're better than people. But we got more things. You bring in Lily for one single 3-second flashback. Fuck you, Veronica Mars. Fuck you. That upsets me more than all the shit that happened in season 4, and I'll stand by that.
They probably recorded this a different day as well.
Yeah.
They didn't just, bring her in for 5 seconds.
So
they've had this probably on standby.
Today would have been not today. This episode would have been a perfect episode to explore the Lily and Weevil relationship.
Yeah, it would have.
But do they? Not really.
No.
They talk about it.
We learned some things.
We learned some stuff. But instead,
they
say
don't
focus on this Mandy bitch. So tell us about the episode, Joe, because I'm heated up.
Will do. So iTunes tells us, while helping a classmate search for her missing terrier, Veronica stumbles onto a bigger mystery which affects pets all over Neptune, California. Meanwhile, tensions mount in the Eccles family as Trina tries to convince the now-retired Aaron to accept a role in her new boyfriend's independent movie. Later, Weevil is arrested for breaking into the Kane residence and stealing something from the deceased Lily's room. How's that make you feel?
I mean, that's what the episode is. That's pretty crystal clear.
So it didn't further your rage wave?
It didn't help it, but I'm just this is the problem with Veronica Mars. I love this show, and clearly I do, because I've recorded, 18 episodes of this podcast? 19 episodes? So
19 if you count season 4.
Yeah. So I clearly like the show enough. But Veronica Mars knows how to waste a lot of potential. I don't know what it was. You couldn't say you didn't have the actress, because you clearly had Lily in this episode. You can't say you didn't have the time, because this episode is a lot of fucking nonsense, whereas last episode was jam-packed with stuff that they had to cut out important key parts. So I don't know why they didn't just take some of last week's episode, bring it into this week's episode, shorten down the mystery. The only plus side to this mystery was getting to see Backup, more fucking Backup.
Oh my god, him chilling in the car was so cute.
And then Mandy tasering Hans was the only upside to this whole thing, because that was fucking hilarious, and it still kills me to watch it.
It was she goes in on him. It's beautiful.
But I don't know, the storyline was not interesting enough for me to be we needed that. That was such a riveting mystery of the week. I'm so glad we got it, because it's
this should have been Lord of the Bling.
Yes. This screams such an early episode.
It's such a wholesome mystery. I love it, but I agree that it's placed in a horrible spot.
Yeah.
But I do disagree that it could have very well been we didn't have the actress, because they could have shot that scene a while back and knew they were going to use it.
That's fine. They still could have done other things. And also, what was Amanda Seyfried doing at this point? They could have easily done it. they could have worked it around her schedule to make it work. Because I think
they have like a week to do this. They don't have like all summer to choose when they when they film this episode or write this episode.
Yeah. But, like, they could have been like, hey, Amanda, we're going to sign you on for a 13-episode contract. We're going to sign you on for, like, an 11-episode contract. Then she would have to make time. Like, there was ways they could do it. Because, like, obviously she had some sort of contract. Because they knew they needed her back for the finale. So it's not like she was, like, up in the air. I don't know how. Like, it's...
You're just mad.
I am very mad. Because this is such a wasted episode. This is not even really worthy. That's not worth talking about almost. Like that whole mystery. Because I don't think it's interesting at all.
All right.
We won't talk about it because I'm not a fucking asshole.
I don't feel strongly enough to like argue that. Like,
exactly.
Dispute you. So like I don't feel this, but I don't feel strongly enough on the other side to be like meh.
I don't know why it bugs me so much. Like.
I get it's so late in the game. Like we're 3 episodes away. This is episode 4 until we're 3 more from this point. We're gonna be at the end, like the last episode, like of this big mystery. And Veronica is out saving our canine friends, which awesome. I love dogs.
I understand that UPN had like this mystery of the week, like quota for them. Which is fine. I get it. Cool. Sucks to be on network TV. But, like, there's sub-episodes where the mystery is such a small part. And I don't understand why they chose it to be such a big part of this episode. Maybe it was just me, but I felt like the mystery took up more than it needed to. Especially since we had, like, all these other but, like, Veronica needed to break up with Leo. Veronica and Logan needed to, like, talk about what happened. And then we had all this Weevil stuff. We could have had a lot
more Weevil. We could have had so much more Weevil.
We could have had so much more Weevil.
Like, what is it? Season 3, episode 19, the penultimate of the season. Like, it's a Weevil-focused episode. Like, I love when they should focus on Weevil at the end. Like, why wouldn't you? There's so much potential for his character in this episode.
And plus you got, like, the Duncan stuff going on, and it's like... You have all this stuff, and it's like, let's shoot.
But they needed to have a mystery, so it kind of...
But you can still have a mystery without the mystery being, like, the whole fucking episode. Or at least a more interesting mystery.
I will say, regardless of, like, the story of it, I think the writing of this episode was really strong.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
I think they made gold out of a not so great story pile.
Hold
on, I'm trying to pull up her name.
The episode was well written for what they had to do. I just think it was poorly sectioned out.
I think, it was just a bad hand given to
and also
Dana Lynn North. That's who wrote it. She did great.
Has she written anything else for Veronica Mars?
She was on for the first 2 seasons. Like, she
got out
for
when the going was
something.
good.
She was like, actually, guys, season 2 was peak, so I'm gonna go over here. She did. It's like, this is a very quote-heavy episode for me.
It is.
Like, there's a lot of really good lines in here, and that's how I could tell, like, whenever I'm going through notes on these, when I have more quotes than actual story points, I know the writer did good and the episode probably wasn't, or the main plot probably wasn't as good as I.
But it's funny.
Like.
Okay, so remember how last week we talked about how voiceover heavy it was when there's so much story? There was like maybe 2 or 3 voiceovers this entire episode because there was no story because they had so much space to play with.
She just like had characters interacting with each other instead of Veronica being here and interacting with herself. I like that.
I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. I will stop crapping on this episode. I don't know. I went to the gym and did my grocery shopping and I had like a shitty lady in front of me. and then I had to rewatch this episode before the podcast, and just a lot of things were on my mind, and like, I just fucking needed this episode to end. Anyway, let's talk about the rest. You take it from here, Joe. You lead this shit pile of an episode.
So, okay. We'll center the main mystery around all the other plot points and talk about anything within there. I do like, though, when Veronica agrees to help Mandy, and then she's, like, making the new flyers, and Mandy's just like, now I see how crappy mine was. It was a heartfelt crappy. Like, Veronica, she cares. She wants to help. She's like, it came from your heart. You tried.
I do that a lot. Like, last Christmas, we took my grandma on like a trip to the States to go like shopping for the weekend, and like we got her like a nice hotel room, and we're all going. And my aunt made like this coupon, like this thing that
like
she had
coupon book.
Well, it was just like a coupon, like your gift is like your daughters and your grandkids and blah 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 are taking you on this trip, blah blah blah. To redeem on this day, like it was supposed to be a cute thing.
I gotcha.
But the coupon my aunt made was just like horrendously like made in like Microsoft Word. So, so I'm like, do you mind?
Why did they ask you?
Well, no, because my aunt didn't want to bug me, and I'm like, do you guys mind if I just like whip something up? So I took like, I want to say max 20 minutes on this thing, and whipped up like a proper coupon that was like that I got printed and cut out, so it was like a fun Christmassy shape. And like it was like red and like full colors, and my aunt's like, "Oh yeah, that's a lot better." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." So I would be Veronica in this situation where I'd be like, "That was really sweet." It's like it's like when Joe sends me like concept stuff, and it's like, "That's really sweet, Joe, but let me just tweak it. Like let me just like work on it a little bit."
I like how you think I don't know that it's, like, just some rough draft bullshit. Like, sure, yeah, it probably took me 4 hours, but that's just because that's how slow I work with art. I can at least illustrate what I mean, and that's all that matters.
Okay.
But look, you be a crafty gay. Let's talk about Trina being, pushed out of the will.
So I guess we can. In my head canon is, and we kind of like touched on it in Rusky Business, that so obviously Trina is adopted.
Yeah.
But I think obviously Aaron adopted her, and I assume with like a previous wife, because usually Hollywood actors don't just adopt daughters for no reason. Like, that's not...
Right, like, I want a kid today.
Yeah.
Especially Aaron. Like, I can't see Aaron out of the blue. Like, I want this kid.
So I'm assuming, like, his previous wife and him adopted Trina.
And I guess she had to have died, I'm guessing.
Not necessarily. It's called a divorce.
But she doesn't want anything to do with Trina?
Well, how do you know? We don't know. Trina's not in it enough to, like, talk about her mom. Because I'm assuming her mom's also an actress.
Maybe.
Probably.
We'll see.
We will never see. So, like, I love how, like offended Trina is that she's not in the will.
Right. Aaron sees it coming. But,
yeah.
like, Trina's like, what do you mean? Like, nothing?
Because she was like...
she was like, she wrote me out of it. He's like, you were never in it. Like,
the lawyer guy was just like... He was like a sassy gay. He's like, you're never in it, sweet cheeks. Like,
I really kind of feel bad for Trina, though, in that moment. Like, you could, like, especially from Rusky Business, where she was like, Mom always paraded around in her bikinis whenever I had a guy around. And, like,
but I always...
For her to, like, just never have her in the will, like, it just feels petty and spiteful of...
But I also feel like Trina was probably awful to Lynn. And Lynn was probably also awful to her. But also when Trina said mom, I always felt it was like in quotations, like mom. Quotation mark, quote, like air quotes.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
But I just feel like because Trina was like relying on this money, because she's like always seems to be strapped for cash, always needs something. So I think she was hoping like this money would come in and she'd be like relying on it. Like she probably promised someone the money, and it's like,
well, she did.
Oh yeah,
she borrowed
did.
money from Dylan.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That's subtext, but not really, because it was actually said out loud. But I like when Trina then tries hitting Logan up for money.
Yeah.
I like it's a fun brother-sister dynamic that I really wish we got in more like anytime, but I understand why we couldn't and didn't. It's
like
just,
at that
they
point,
made such good characters that I
almost
want
wish,
more.
as much as I love Allison Hannigan, I almost wish they hadn't cast
her
because
yeah.
it makes it hard to bring her back. Because at that moment they didn't realize she was going to get like a sitcom like next
But also,
year.
would we like Trina as much if it wasn't Allison Hannigan? That's like the other side, because I mean she's great, but it's also Allison Hannigan.
I love that Allison Hannigan
is a league of her own.
So she's not like this character in anything else she's done. She's like Willow and like Lily from How I Met Your Mother are very much like the sweet type, and even like Michelle from American Pie. They're all very much the same, like
shy,
vein.
geeky girl.
But like this is just some like Hollywood like royalty like
brat
trollop who's just like fuck it, and I love it, and I love they dress her a lot better, and her hair looks a lot better in this episode.
Yeah,
and she looks a lot younger in this episode, which I think helps sells it more.
Right, she looks closer to Logan's age versus closer to Lynn's age.
Yeah, and it makes it less awkward when she's yelling out like "Daddy, stop!"
Yeah, I hate you.
I just mean like it's weird when adults say that. Like I say it to Joe to piss him off because he hates when I say it. Because he used to say it to me to bug me, and now it's just kind of like reversed itself.
That's how it tends to go.
Yeah. But you're right. Maybe we wouldn't like Trina as much. Because Veronica Mars is very hit or miss when it comes to casting. Like, especially its guest characters. Because some are great. Like, Meg and Mac and Madison. And some are shitty. Like, Mandy. Another fucking M name, FYI. But, like, I'm glad Mandy never shows back up. Because she is god-awful.
I don't really care much for
and Amelia was also god-awful.
Yes. Let that horse lie. Let that horse lie.
In the ice
But
box?
what I wanted to say
Sorry.
is I really enjoy the moment where Trina's trying to get money from Logan or whatever, and it's the whole...
Good morning, bro. Pop-Tart?
A tart from a tart.
He of the sickle wit. Can I ask you something?
You look at that. There was a string attached to my Pop-Tart.
Like, I just love that scene, and Logan's like pantomiming of the string as he like eats the Pop-Tart or what have you. I love it. It's good brother sister banter that just makes me want more of them. And then the whole...
My boyfriend Dylan spotted me some cash a few months ago, and now he's bugging me about it. I can't get him off my back.
Did you try standing up?
It's wonderful.
But then I love how it turns instantly the moment he finds out she's being beat by him.
Like,
and it's no longer
so
a joke.
Good.
Because
he's
Logan,
so protective of her.
I obviously, but it's also because Logan saw it happen to Lynn forever, and it happened to him.
I don't think Aaron ever hit Lynn.
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Well, especially with how he flew off the handle towards Trina. Like, even though I understand, I grew up in that, I understand that, but like, I don't think he did.
Okay.
I think it was more like emotional.
Fair.
Abuse.
Fair. Okay, I take it back.
Because Logan even says
Aaron
like the
did
whole...
not beat Lynn. He's a great guy. Okay.
Fuck you. No, but like when Logan says earlier about like Dad didn't let the purse strings too loose for Mom or something like that. Like, I think he was just very controlling.
And you can just tell Aaron was just like, shut your fucking mouth.
And I think he justified it by saying, well, I don't hit her, so, like, it's all good. Like, one of those things. Yeah. But back to Logan and Trina. Like,
and then that's so great because Trina, I don't know, like, I wish we could have explored Trina more because I want to know where her mindset is, like, why she thinks it's okay. Because I always find it, again, take my opinion as a man who's never dealt with this, but I always find it really interesting from the woman's perspective of why she stays in abusive relationships and, like, why they don't leave and why they don't think they can leave. I find that kind of storytelling really fascinating when it's done well. I wish they would have done more.
Explains, like, it sheds light on a subject that doesn't get enough light shined on it.
Because I've had friends.
Cool to explore that.
Yeah, because I've had friends in abusive relationships. I've had friends who've stayed and friends who've left. And I find it fascinating when they talk about it in the media to, like, explore these dynamics as why women stay in abusive relationships. And I think Veronica Mars is, like, a smart enough show to tackle that. And I wish they would have, but...
Especially here, it would have been good. Like, I don't know, Veronica likes to throw herself into adult situations, so...
Yeah.
Like, it would have worked. It would have worked in this show.
Yeah.
And I, like, going back to, like, Logan and Trina's dynamic, I like to believe that if the roles were reversed, Trina would do the same thing for Logan.
No.
Like, wanna, like...
I don't think so.
Whoop somebody's ass. That, like, I do! I think they have this, like... They hate each other, but they'll... I don't want to say they hate each other and deep down love each other. I think it's they hate each other, but they have a bond. Like, they grew up in the same household. They, regardless of what Trina says, like, they have this... I don't know. I just feel that they would always be there for each other if one another needed it. And I think that push come to shove, Trina would probably whoop some girl's ass if she needed to.
Trina made fun of Logan for the whole, like, she didn't stand up for him when Aaron was beating Logan.
Oh, that's daddy.
So I don't know. I think Trina is very much, when it suits her, it's important.
I could see that.
And I'm okay with that. Like, that's, people are like...
I like to believe in my heart that she would be there for him.
Okay. But we can get to...
Speaking of brothers.
Okay.
It's just a small touch. It's Veronica and Wallace commiserating at lunch. About, like, their parents.
Speaking of Wallace, the best moment of this episode is when Wallace pops up out of nowhere and is like, I got the news for you, Veronica. I got it first before you do. And she's like, are you going to tell me or do I need to tip you over? He's like, ah! It's hilarious. He's so happy.
I wish we got more of those too, where he's like, hey, I got it again. Your boy Wallace. But I liked when Veronica's on the phone with the person who found the dog or whatever, and she says that her brother's gonna go pick up the dog, and then they have that whole exchange. And
so I'm your brother.
I didn't mean brother like brother. I meant brother like, you know.
Yeah, no. And where are you gonna get $1,000? If you rolling like that, you really been holding out on a brother.
And then he's like, where are you gonna get that $1,000? Because you're really holding out. Like, it's really... I like that we're getting more of these moments. Like, it's still small, but it's bigger moments than we got at the beginning, even though we only get like 1.5 scenes of them, maybe 2.
Well, I enjoy when they're at the dog pound together and Wallace, like, leaps over, like, the side railing and is like, what's this door?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on in here? Like, I like when they just involve him and stuff, because a lot of times he's not in these mysteries, and, like, technically he did not need to be here, but it's fun that he's here, and Percy has so much fun with what he's given, and he elevates the scenes.
He does. I love I love that we got like a little Veronica Leo Wallace like bust of this dog pound.
So I guess we can talk about Leo real quick.
Leo.
This is for the best.
It is.
We've discussed it.
He
Veronica
deserves better.
is an awful person. She cheated on Leo with Logan
twice.
And I am very happy that she like
came clean,
broke up with him before she like slept with Logan, like
with Lynn,
with Logan.
That's necrophilia.
There's no body. There's no body.
Waterlogged corpse. My God.
And like, what like really pisses me off is she's like, so I need a favor. Like I just came clean to you,
dude,
and I'm a piece of shit.
Not even 2 seconds later.
Yeah. And it's almost like she thinks it's cute, and I'm like, do men like this? Is this a thing? like Kristen Bell's cute, but I don't think she's like hot enough to like warrant this kind of like BS. Like no offense, but
oh my God,
her butch boots aren't exactly like bringing the boys to the yard.
What I like that she like came clean to him with it as well. Like she wasn't just like, oh, we're gonna break up. She's like, I did a shitty thing. However, she then does like, you don't want to date me. Ugh. I'm a horrible person. I'm doing you a favor. That is the most grating, annoying, stupid way to break up with someone, and you deserve to be like shoved down. Like whoever you're breaking up with should be able to like just push you to the ground. Not like hard, just be like, fuck you. And just like it's bullshit. And then she like kind of like pins the whole making out with Logan thing on the end. Like, oh, and like, you know, by the way, this. But like at least she did. If it wasn't also followed by the, oh, I have a favor. But Leo, being the upstanding person that he is, agrees to do it because he wants to save the dogs because he's a fucking true hero.
It's true. And I really like when the guy is like, do you have a warrant? He's like, the fucking county building. I'm a county sheriff. Like, what are you talking about?
I love that. And then like it's that same scene but like a little bit after, and that guy is like telling him you can't arrest me or something like that, and he's like,
please resist arrest, please.
Oh, that was very, very much a hot moment.
I know.
And I would have resisted just to be shoved up against
right?
the wall by him. But like, oh no, don't, you're not gonna get me. Oh, there's this wall conveniently here for you to shove me against. Oh no. But then, and then like Mandy tasers that guy in the scene, which is like a fucking legend. Like I didn't care for her throughout the episode, but then this redeemed her.
Wallace has this grin on his face as he's watching before he's like, your dog's not dead. And I don't understand why they sold the dog and then just like, oh, he just turned up. Like,
yeah, I don't get that.
It's not like they're really getting the money because it's like I guess they must have sold him through the pounds.
No, they could have done it like through Craigslist or some shit.
I guess.
Yeah, no, that makes okay. As you were saying, I like jumped on and then jumped off real quick on that because I'm like, wait, no, because I had the same question when I was watching, and I was like, why didn't they just be like, oh, we found it, never mind. Like,
yeah,
because either that
Veronica, no one would have followed up on anything because
right,
and then they would have got away with it. Like,
if it wasn't for you meddling kids,
pretty much.
Oh, Scooby-Doo merch on the way.
And then I guess we kind of skipped it, but when Veronica goes into Han's van, and
oh my god,
when she's like,
you killed dogs. Oh,
like it's always great when Veronica's above the law, but like she's in the right, but she's 100% in the wrong.
I love how like she's like right there when he like moves the rearview mirror, and you killed dogs. It's just, it's so good. And it's so, like, creepy and awesome. I love it. I fucking love it. I guess, probably one of my last things on the whole dog napping thing is how inconsistent they are with Veronica's knowledge of Spanish.
Oh, I know.
Like, she goes from being able to understand it and, like, speak it when, like, it's unassuming or whatever, but then she's surrounded by a bunch of guys and now she doesn't know Spanish? Or she understands, like, some basic elementary school words barely. I don't know. It's just something that bugs me throughout the show.
Yeah.
It's one of those convenience things that
it really is. That's what it is. It's what's convenient to the episode, and like it doesn't really bug me too much because it's usually like far enough apart from each other where it wasn't like last episode she had a full conversation in Spanish.
True. It has been a good 10 to 12
like
episodes probably.
That was episode 2, wasn't it?
It might have been.
Yeah.
So like 17 episodes.
Yeah. So it's fine because it's
fair.
Yeah, because it gets If it was like last episode and she had a full conversation, then I'd be like,
Whoa, pump those brakes.
Yeah, but it's been a year. It's been almost a year, so she just languages are hard. Okay,
they are. No, I sympathize with that. But go real quick with Wallace, before we get into anything else. So there's a part. It's like I think it's after Weevil asks Veronica for help on something or whatever, and she says something along the lines of that she needs to take a shot every time someone asks her for a favor. Meanwhile, cut to Wallace, like, sobbing in the fetal position in the corner over here. Like she is one pot calling the kettle. Like, calm down, Veronica.
This is
Calm
another
down.
point of Veronica being a not great person is when it suits her, it's convenient. But when she has to kind of like she did not want to help Mandy. Like, she almost seemed like she hated the whole situation. It's always Veronica. It's whatever suits her. And that's why it always bugs me when people like call her the hero or get angry when other characters do it. Cause like Veronica in any other show is the villain of the show. Like, let's be real. In any other show, Veronica is like more on the villain side than the hero side.
It's like how Phoebe is the true villain of Charmed.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we can...
Which segue, we have a Charmed bonus episode that is also available that you can check out on where you subscribe to our podcast.
The power of 3 will set you free.
Unless you don't like the show, then you probably won't want to.
I think you should still listen to it.
Oh, God, yeah, please do.
So, let's talk about Veronica and Weevil. I love the opening scene with them together.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I get something to write with you?
First fundamental of fundamentals of math, always carry your writing utensil.
As someone who took math fundamentals or math essentials, which is essentially the same thing, I assume. Yes, the pencil was pretty much the only thing you needed in that class.
They provide the paper.
I
love that Keith calls him Eli.
I love that he
enjoy
calls
every time
him
he does
sheriff, but
Yes.
almost like he's. I don't think he's saying it like.
It's a mutual respect between
No,
the two.
we are. Keith has no respect for Weevil because he wanted him out of there. Like he.
I don't mean like. I mean more of like. Respect of. I don't know how to put it. Like.
I don't know. It came almost
Not
off as
calling
like,
him Weevil, like giving him his name.
It's
like,
true.
His real name. Like I don't think it. When Keith says Eli, it doesn't come from a on my high horse type of way. I think it's more of like peer-to-peer type thing, and that's also why he doesn't want Weevil. But it's okay if you're 29 months older than her and almost banging her in the. But whatever. We won't get.
Leo
into
can
why
do whatever he
that's an
wants,
issue.
okay? Leo can do whatever the fuck he wants to whoever the fuck he wants, and no one can complain about it, okay?
I love that that Veronica uses like her last get out of jail free card, like her last like this is like my last favor from like the sheriff's department that I'm gonna get on Weevil, and he finessed her. Like, he got what he wanted in the end. Like,
and he always does.
He's the only one that can do that to her, and that's why their relationship is like it's so good.
And that's why season 4 is so much like, so I love their relationship in season 4 so much. To see where they started to where they end up is fucking amazing.
It's the best part of season 4. Period.
But
we won't go any details.
So we kind of learn about like Lily's secret notes in the pen.
Yes, her little secret spy pen. I like that Logan knew about it. Did he know about the pen?
No, he knows about the events.
There was something. I liked how Veronica connected the pen to something. Oh, I like that Veronica like remembers the pen through like Logan talking about like passing notes back and forth or whatever. I just like the memory connection that they kind of, whatever term I'm trying to use.
I get you.
Between there, what word is this?
I don't know.
I don't either. Just gay.
I enjoyed really when Lily in the flashback is like,
how covert ops of you. I'm going to use it to pass secret messages to all of my lovers. This is going to be a very busy little pen.
Busy? It's cute. I like those little moments between the two.
I don't
like Veronica
like
knows,
but they're like in the backseat of a car, so I didn't understand where that flashback was supposed to take place.
Paris Hilton's driving.
Okay.
That's my headcanon.
It was just such a weird.
She's being chauffeur.
Okay, it was just a weird. I don't know why I had to be in the car, because I can't think of scenes they filmed in a car that they'd be like, hey, we'll just add this onto it. I don't know. It's nice to see Lily again, as always. Like, again, wasted, but
they don't care.
So I guess we can talk about Celeste.
Yes.
Because
her confronting Veronica was amazing.
That is why she's the best.
She's a badass. Like, I understand, like, Veronica's, like, 17. But if she's old enough to be with a guy that's 29 months older, she can take this lashing from Celeste.
Here's the thing. Veronica wants to be an adult so badly, and she deserves this BS. But also, like, this is the one time where, like, Celeste is wrong, because, like, Veronica has nothing to do with
what's right? I know.
But I love when when she's talking, she's like,
I know you think I hate you, but I don't. I just can't stand to look at you.
Like, is the greatest, like, insult / non-insult in the world. Like, best backhand compliment ever.
Right.
And it's like,
it's
an
her
early
delivery
version
of
Celeste. Yeah. And then when Keith walks in, he's like, you have nothing to say. I'm like, you first be such a good detective, you're fucking blind to see what was going on.
That, like, Celeste was saying what everybody was thinking. Like,
Celeste
Keith,
is just done.
You're this great detective,
Yeah.
but you couldn't see your wife sleeping with my husband? Like, so I'm guessing Celeste probably found out first, and she's like, really? I'm the one that found this out? Like, you're this PI, sheriff, whatever, but I found out about this affair before you? Like, okay,
Well,
Keith.
to be fair, I bet you anything, Leanne was, like, real good at covering her tracks, and I'm guessing Jake was not as good as covering his tracks. I'm guessing
probably.
Jake was sloppy.
Well, yeah, they like.
And also, Celeste has nothing else going on. Keith had a full-time job. Celeste is like, but now that, like, Duncan's missing, like, her demeanor is like, I'm gonna take off my pearls and we're gonna get down to this fight because I'm fucking.
I want my
off.
baby back.
Like, we didn't kill Lily. I got no idea what's going on, and now Duncan's gone, and it's all because you fucking Marses, and you just all need to, like,
he's the one I cared about.
Get out of Neptune.
It was a really good scene. I loved that entire thing.
It was good. It was I don't know. Celeste, that one scene is Celeste in a nutshell, and I love it. And I'm glad that she never changes. It's never like, I mean, she's a little nicer to Veronica next season when like Duncan is and her dating, and they all like, they all know they're not related, so it's less taboo. But I still love it.
All right, let's talk. I don't think there's really much else left, but like there's some Trina scenes.
Well, I guess we can also talk about Logan and Veronica discussing that kiss. We kind of didn't talk about it.
Well, that would have been after the like Aaron beating the shit out of that guy. So I was gonna.
Well, because I enjoy when earlier in the episode they're just in the hallway and they kind of
it's so awkward and
barely talk. And then voiceover's like, "All right, Logan, we'll skip over that 2 minutes in heaven. My lips are figuratively." What did she say? Like, my lips are like sealed.
Yeah. It's really good. I like how they handled that. Like,
because it seems
like,
realistic.
oh no, this is what's going on.
These two teenagers, because like they like to make them like seem like adults, but at the end of the day, they're just these two like fucking horny 17-year-olds who have no idea what's going on, who hate each other,
dealing with a lot of trauma,
and like both the people they love are no longer like they can't be with, like because Veronica can't be with Duncan because they think they're related, and like Lily's dead, so Logan can never be with her, and now Duncan's gone. It's like it's this weird.
Logan's missing his best friend. Like,
yeah, it's just this fucking weird
goddamn Canes
circumstances that just brought them together. Like, because if Lynn hadn't killed herself, they never would have like
well that's
friends.
why they killed Lynn.
Yeah, which is fine, whatever.
Well, she wasn't going to be on forever anyway, so I mean, might as well get something good out of it. It did good for Logan story wise.
It's just so weird how like one moment kind of changes everything, and that's why I don't like in the season 2 finale in Veronica's dream that Veronica and Logan are together. I have problems with that, and we'll discuss it when we get there. But it's
we've already established that Veronica's like imagination sucks. So
I don't know, her imagination, like how Lily died, they're pretty vivid and like well thought out. So
were they? We picked them apart.
We kind of did.
We picked them apart. Celeste can't hold an ashtray. Jake lightly taps her into a table. Like we
Duncan's the only one who did real damage.
Duncan,
and that's the one she's in love with,
right? She's like, oh no, he would have beat the shit out of her. Like, she thought that through. I like, though, going back to Trina, because I'll talk more about the Logan Veronica stuff after. Yeah, okay. When Logan first, like, right before he finds out that, like, Dylan was beating her.
Is Dad still at dinner?
Yeah. But he's not far. I'm sure if you really tried, you could blow smoke up his ass from here. Hey, Trina, if you take your top off before you get on the mechanical bull, you won't fall off.
Like, he's just letting her have it, and she's like limping through like the kitchen. And I like that he calls her Trina, because it's not really like
it's
a name.
Some nicknames, it's like
you just like took the second syllable off of there. Like, it's not.
It's because I hate being called Trav. Like, it's not a good nickname. Like, my dad is pretty much the only one that calls me Trav, because like he doesn't fucking care. He'll call me whatever he wants to call me. But for the most part, I don't like people calling me Trav.
That face you made was. If looks could kill, we wouldn't be having another podcast.
Yeah, I don't like being called Trav. So Trine also doesn't, because Trine just sounds like not a good nickname.
Like a latrine?
Yeah.
I gotta go take a piss in this latrine.
Yeah. I would rather him call her like Rena, because at least that's a nickname.
Rena. Like Lisa Rena.
But I guess we'll discuss kind of the big highlight of the episode. And the one time where I'm like rooting for like Aaron,
right?
Is
like he goes like when he first holds the knife up to his face and he's like, "You want to bite?" I'm like, oh, is he gonna like slash this guy's face? But he's like, no.
I love how Dylan's such like a schmoozer. He's like, oh yeah, it's perfect. And he's like, not quite. He's like, like you're an ass kisser, and also the Eccles have like the nicest backyard of like anyone. Like, like that
God.
barbecue.
Way better than the Canes.
I know the Canes got nothing going on back there.
Dead bodies.
And I'm sure the Eccles have a few dead bodies back there too, but
probably more.
That fight scene is like, it's just so fun, and like
the music in the
Amore
background
playing in the background.
Yes. Dude,
and
he
Trina's just
uses
like
every single piece of like furniture and equipment in that backyard to whoop his ass.
Aaron, and like I've said before, is like an action star, so he knows how to. I'll say it again. I think he's like Tom Cruise, where he does his own stunts, so he knows how to use like objects.
Oh yeah.
And him just like going to he pulls out like the tiki lamp and he's running and just like
he
chucks the chair, and it just
that
like
is the greatest moment.
Trips him, and then he pulls out the belt and just starts going, and Trina's just like, no, Daddy. I love him, and then he just like pushes her aside, but like not forceful.
It's like it's like nope, go back here. Daddy's got this.
He just like pulls out and like,
oh hey son, like, when Logan walks
how was school today? And just like Veronica's like, I know what happened.
The best moment of the episode though is where Aaron throws the chair at the guy.
Because the guy's like,
I rewound that 3 times.
It just barely hits him, but like he's so weak, it just knocks him back down.
It's my favorite. It's so good.
Well, what I really like, the only thing I really like about this episode is it 100% sets up the finale. Like, I 100% believe that Aaron killed Lily. Like, his temper, like, yeah.
And, like, it's not even like they don't even do it in a way that makes you think it could connect to the Lily Kane case. But they set this piece here, so once they do, you're like, oh, fuck. Like,
because I remember
so good.
When season 1 was coming to an end, some friends and I we were placing bets who was the killer. None of us picked Aaron. It did not even cross our minds. Because, like, he's been kept away so much from the storyline, but also not enough where it's, like, unbelievable. Like, they've set up so much for Aaron, and I feel like an idiot, because I'm like, well, obviously Aaron did it. Like, here's all the pieces.
The amount I'm noticing it more, like, now, like, doing this podcast, like, it makes me appreciate season 1 so much more than I did before. And I hope I get this in season 2, but, like, with the, like, just that same feeling. I don't think I will, because the mystery is...
I don't think you will.
Sadly, not as good. That's the characters that make me love season 2 more. But, damn, like, they did a good fucking job on this mystery. Like, so damn good. I love it. And then the Logan Veronica stuff is so cute. And we learned that Logan did know about Weevil and Lily. Because I'm pretty sure we talked about that before and we were wondering what Logan knew.
That's right.
Because I think we were, like, joking around, like, season 4 opens with her telling Logan that Weevil and Lily dated. I vaguely remember something like that earlier. So I just wanted to touch on that Logan knew!
But also, Logan was so surprised when Weevil had a tattoo of Lily.
I think he wanted Weevil to say it.
Okay.
Like, I mean... Maybe they didn't know at this point that Logan knew, because also when Logan came to Neptune or knew people is also up in the air. But that's a way to justify that. I feel.
That's fine. Whatever.
And then, like, just him not wanting to, like, having Lily's feelings in consideration, I guess, in a way, like, when approaching Veronica, yet not talking about Duncan. And how his very alive friend would feel about him dating.
But Duncan's also like MIA at this moment, so like Logan can't talk to Duncan.
Yeah, And I like that even Logan knew. I mean, I guess everyone that knew Lily knew of like the Kane's treatments of Lily versus Duncan, and how they tolerated her and worshiped Duncan. Whatever.
But I agree with that for Celeste, but I don't agree with that with Jake, because we never see anything where like Jake is like that. I just assume.
I think he didn't speak up for her.
Oh no!
So
but I also Jake was all. She was also like Jake's like
guilty by omission.
Baby girl. And to be fair, Lily probably also like. I'm not. I hate when I say that. Lily didn't deserve to die, but Lily also like, made her own bed for a lot of things. Like,
no, she made someone else make that bed.
Yeah, Weevil's grandmother. Because that was the Eccles she worked for.
Well, she was over there quite a bit in different beds, so it still works.
She was.
2 different beds. God knows, she probably was sleeping with Lynn too. Like get it. Trina's probably tasted it. Like,
okay, let's talk. Let's stop talking about this.
All right,
it's cute when we talk about all the gay stuff, but like the lesbian stuff, I'm not really down for.
One last thing before we go into the segments. One of my favorite moments is when Logan tells her,
"Come on, I'll drive you home on the backstreets."
That line is so... That's what fanfic is made out of. That line, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. And I think you're going to love going into some segments. So let's start.
As kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice.
Fashion time. So in this segment, we like to talk about our favorite outfits of the episode. Anything we liked, anything we didn't like, and I really only have one.
Let me guess. I'm going to take a wild guess, because probably both our favorite thing is Celeste's trench coat.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, that yellow coat is on fire.
Because
she looks so fucking badass in that coat.
She always walks into, like, the Mars investigation in a trench coat. Like, I feel like she feels like, well, I'm in a noir.
She dresses the part.
Yeah,
she dresses the part.
I have to have like a variety of trench coats just in case I ever visit the Mars investigation office. I need to be like set, and I'm like a pair of like high heels. She looks good. She looks fucking good.
I couldn't think of anything else. Like I love that. That is the.
Yeah, that was the standout of the whole episode.
I love that coat. It is, and
she's been in a couple trench coats at this point, and they always get better.
She knows how to wear them,
and like her hair,
she commands.
The short hair works with it, and like
the long hair also works with it. Like it's her. She commands the goddamn room, and
I just hope Lisa Thornhill just only owns trench coats.
I would, if I looked that good in a goddamn trench coat, and I would wear nothing else.
I like to believe she's wearing nothing under it, and like she's just going for it.
Goddamn yes, yes, fuck yes.
And like she's gonna stop over at Kane Software afterwards for a quick little office meetup with the old husband,
with Clarence, because
she deserves it.
How much? Yes, ma'am. Get that ex. Was he Marine? Wasn't he a Marine?
She's gonna go to the sheriff's office and pick up some sloppy Veronica Mars seconds.
Fuck off. What else do you have?
She deserves a 20-year-old man.
Ooh, I would let yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Leo
deserves a woman with experience.
Travis, what else do you have?
I hate that I like what Logan's wearing lately, but he has this like orange cord jacket with like a white stripes on the cuffs later on in the episode. And then I like when Weevil's in that gray sweater in the teaser.
Ooh, I love
cozy. He looks cozy.
I love when they put him in just different things. He always looks phenomenal.
But I also like
miss
his leather jacket. It's weird. Like I love the leather jacket. I like him.
Oh god, yeah. It's iconic, but it's good to that's what makes everything else seem even better, I think, is because like I don't know. Anything else?
No, which means I have no idea what I'm going to do for the cover of this episode because Veronica wore nothing I cared about. I almost just wanted to be like Celeste on the cover.
No.
But she's not going to be. But we fought about this the other day.
Oh, do we know? We're not even talking about this. Let's get into...
These are the jokes.
Favorite quotes of the episode. Here, we like to just take each of our favorite quotes from the episode and talk a little bit about it and all that jazz. I don't really have anything. I don't know what else to say.
By 19 episodes in, you guys better fucking realize what these, like...
Maybe someone's jumping in. We don't want to ostracize the new people.
You picked an awful episode to jump in on.
Wow, this is someone's favorite episode, and like they're like, oh, let me give this podcast a chance, and you're chastising them right now. If it wasn't bad enough that we were rude about it at the beginning of the episode.
You guys can at me at Travis Truant. If this is your favorite episode, we'll have a discussion about this. So I want to know why. I need to know why. And it's not even like it's a huge like love episode, so it's not even like you have that to fall back up on.
It's the demise of Veronica and Leo.
Anyway,
what is your favorite quote? That's what I need to know.
My favorite quote is when Logan and Trina are in the kitchen and like he realizes she has the black eye and he wants to help her and she's like,
You've made it clear that you have no interest in my problems, Logan. Don't be wishy-washy. It's so unattractive in a guy.
Ooh, and the way she says it, it's like trips with... Oh, God, it's so good.
Yeah, Trina, like, Allison Hannigan needs to do more roles where she's, like, the bitch. And I don't know why she has this image, which is fine. But, like, I would have loved her... Like, Sarah Michelle Gellar did a lot of, like, bitchy roles. And Allison Hannigan could have done them, too. I think she missed out.
Oh, she would have... Oh, God, it would have been
This
so
is
good.
Allison Hannigan's, like, Cruel Intentions trial.
So my favorite quote is when Veronica and Mandy are... It's like at the beginning when the guy's prank calling her or whatever, and she goes up to the guy and she's like,
Really, it's not worth it.
So worth it. You prank call Mandy?
What if I did?
Well, I want to congratulate you. Shake your hand. Congratulations. You've been named the world's biggest cockroach. This award is given in recognition of your unparalleled lack of decency and humanity. Bravo. You're gonna die friendless and alone.
Hey, everybody knows you're the biggest...
Shut up. If I want you to speak, I'll wave a sausage over your nose. If you use Mandy again to try to convince yourself that you're not a loser, I will ruin your life. Got it? You got it?
Hey, jeez.
I can't believe you did that. I can't believe that you didn't. You want people to leave you alone, Mandy? Or better yet, treat you with respect? Demand it. Make them.
It's like the delivery of it, like Kristen Bell has so much conviction in like her mannerism and her voice. Like I felt like Kristen Bell really wanted to deck this guy in the throat during it, and it's I just love it. It's Veronica is like up to here with people's bullshit today, and she's gonna unload on this guy.
But I love like almost the follow-up to that where Mandy's like, that's so amazing, and she's like, why didn't you do it? Like, you want to be treated with respect, demand it. And then Mandy's just like, I'm about to fucking cry. And it's this is what I love about Veronica. It's what I love and hate about Veronica. Veronica doesn't need to be a nice person. Veronica is Veronica, and she gets what she wants, and she doesn't get it by being like sweet and kind like Meg. Like, she's very clear. Like, I'm gonna fucking make people respect me. Like, I don't give a shit. And she also doesn't give a shit what people think, even though she really does. But, you know, she's...
I have that as
Mars.
Yes, exactly. I have that as the follow-up to that quote, because it's so... It just makes that scene even better.
I know, like it's like a little cherry on top.
The demand it, make them,
because Mandy thinks like Veronica's doing this nice thing for her, but Veronica's like, I'm just fucking tired of this. Like,
Stand up for your
like,
goddamn
I shouldn't
self.
have to do this, but here I am. I'll be the villain because you're a fucking little crybaby who can't do anything. Like, and then it's a
But
great,
then she tasers
and then she
the
tasers him. Yeah, I was just gonna say, and then like it pushes her, and I'm like, well, that's what Veronica would do. So
this is how Mandy became some Batman villain. This is her origin story. This is
Mandy does not get to be a Batman villain. Mandy does not get to be
okay, fine. All right, let's go into our next segment.
Go Pirates!
It's MVP time. In this segment, we like to choose our most valuable pirate, our MVP, whoever we thought did the best work of the episode, whoever we felt was a highlight for us personally, or whoever drove the story, whatever we're feeling for the episode. Where you at, Trav?
I kind of went all over the place for this one, but I hate that I'm doing this.
Yes, I knew it.
I'm gonna give it to Aaron.
Oh, that was the wrong Eccles.
Trina, I was gonna give it to Trina.
Oh, I thought Logan would have been the Eccles to give it to.
Oh, Logan's never getting my MVP again. I gave it to him
You
once.
wait, when did you give it to Logan?
I gave it to Logan at some point. Because remember,
Did
you
you?
made such a big deal about. Okay, let me just look it up. I gave it to him at one point because I remember your reaction was like the gayest thing in the world.
Oh God.
But I gave it to Aaron because just that scene of him beating up Dylan, and how like no one can touch his daughter, but it's okay that he like beats his son.
Right? Ugh.
I gave it to him for an Eccles Family Christmas.
Oh, that's right. And I gave it to Veronica.
You gave it to Weevil.
Oh, that's right. Because I was saving Veronica for Betty and Veronica.
Wow.
That's correct. Shut up.
I
want to give it to Logan.
For doing what this episode?
For like wanting to like go into Veronica to try to like find Dylan so he could beat the shit out of him.
So,
however,
I think we could just like just copy and paste your response for the next 3 seasons. Then like I'm gonna give it to Logan. Anyway, go to our next segment, Joe.
Oh, this is fun. I didn't even give it to Logan. You fucking cockmaster. Fuck. I'm giving it to Weevil, you inbred nematode. Because Weevil got one over on Veronica. I love it whenever Weevil can like get what he needs out of Veronica, and it's such a good dynamic in their a good point in their dynamic in their relationship, and I wish we would have got more of it because I think Weevil he knows what Veronica's going to try to do and can like think 2 steps ahead of her.
It's
and
true because Veronica thinks she's so clever.
Infuriates her.
She thinks she's so clever, and she's.
But Weevil's smarter.
Because
Weevil got them.
Weevil's in like a fucking gang, so Weevil has like actual like street smarts and like he's dealt with things like he said it before. It's like, okay, Veronica, you're just visiting the darkness. Like I was fucking born in this. Like he's
okay, Bane, calm down.
You think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
I'm looking at Weevil being Bane.
No.
Break Veronica's back.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he broke my back, but that's something else.
Pirate points are earned by being a contributing member of the school.
I forgot the Madison.
I didn't forget. I was just gonna do it after pirate points.
Okay, no, you weren't. You lying sack of shit.
What are you doing for pirate points this week, Travis?
I give it enough pirate points to buy a stolen dog.
That's probably a little expensive, but okay.
I feel like they're just trying to get rid of these dogs.
Here, $5. So I'm giving it enough pirate points to get your psychotic actor dad a walk-on in your psychotic boyfriend's D-list movie.
It wasn't a walk-in. It was 2 days, 3 tops, okay?
Oh, I know, but that's why it wasn't that good of an episode. That's why it's a walk-on. Not even a speaking role. He's like gonna like walk by.
He's like the celebrity cameo.
Yeah, basically, but no speaking and like 3 seconds of camera time top.
Okay, that seems fair.
I thought so.
Can you not be all over me for 5 seconds?
It's time for a Madison Minute, which I realized we have not been calling it that.
Oh, no, we haven't.
Like the beginning. I know, I hate it. But this segment is called a Madison Minute, in which we like to, any episode where Madison was not in it, we like to talk about what we feel she would be doing, since she is a character that we both hold very dear to our hearts and think that she's just a little misunderstood. Just a little misunderstood.
I'm really excited for this one. And I had to really think about this because there's not a lot in this episode where like Madison would like fit in because not a lot happens at the school.
I'm gonna be so pissed off if yours is mine because like I was so happy about it.
So Madison is being super fake to Meg and trying to be all buddy with her because Duncan's missing. And everyone's giving her pity because Madison and her on cheer squad together. Madison's probably like, "Oh my God, Meg, it's okay." Like, just trying, but also just wanting to be like wrapped up in that drama because Madison needs the drama. So she's like, "Do you think he's okay? Like, where do you think he is?" And like, just trying to be like best friends with her because just in case like Duncan turns out to be like psychotic or something, she could be like, "I saw it coming. Like, I knew. Like, I tried to warn her. Like, Meg is my best friend. Okay." So I think that's what she's doing in this episode.
I like that. That's fun.
So we also got Meg in there too. It's a twofer. I got a twofer.
You did. You got the M&M in there. So mine's a slightly different approach.
Okay.
I imagine that like Madison is like a big animal lover.
Okay.
Like I feel like she would want to try to help out in some way, but like she of course doesn't want to. And also like Veronica, but like I meant she's like one of those people where like you could shoot somebody in the head and that won't like bug her a bit, but like you step on a dog and she's ready to like rain hell on you. Like that's kind of what I'm feeling with that. So I think like she would try to slip Veronica a clue somehow in a way, like what she deems like a big clue. Like, I feel she would be the one to tell Veronica that Mandy doesn't even, like, live in the 09. Like, that she's, like, some poor girl.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then, like, in her mind, that's what snowballs Veronica to figure out the whole thing. And then she's, like, just the next day or whatever, like, getting ready in her, like, vanity and, like, pats herself on the back. She's like, "Good job, Madison. You did so good. You saved all those dogs."
I wish social media, I guess social media wasn't that big back then, but like Madison would be like all over Twitter, like retweeting like the news story. She's like, "And I helped." Like,
yes, right? I told Veronica this and that made me the case. So yeah, that's where I saw Madison this episode.
That's fair.
So then that brings us to the end of this episode. If you would like to join in on the discussion, you can either email us, veronicamarspod@gmail.com. You can find us on social media, mainly Instagram or Twitter. The handle there is @veronicamarspod on either of those. Come talk to us about past episodes, this episode, anything you want to see in a future episode, any bonus episodes, any TV shows you might want us to cover. Or maybe you have something Veronica Mars related topic that you would like us to talk in more detail about. Let us know. Any of those places. If you enjoyed this and whatever streaming platform podcast app you're using allows you to rate us, and it's a star system, we would be very appreciative if you went over to those stars, found that number 5 spot, and gave it a little
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
to let us know how much you loved it. It would mean the world. Or, just subscribe, because we also have bonus episodes coming out every month where we want to try to do 2 extra. I'm not promising at least 1 every month.
We're trying.
But we want to do 2.
It's hard.
So subscribe, and that way you'll never miss out on an episode. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you can find me at Ojo. That is OHJEAUX. What about you, Travis?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry to bore you.
You guys can find me at Travis Truant. That's Travis, and then Truant is TRUANT. And I'm on Twitter and Instagram.
Perfect. And with that, we will see you guys next week with Season 1, Episode 20, M-A-D. Mad? Like, what do you call it? I call it Mad, too.
I call it Mad. But it always reminds me of, like, Mothers Against Drunk Driving for some reason.
Yeah, right? Me too. 'Cause for the longest time, I didn't know that Mad was mutually assured destruction, or whatever that is. I found that out right when we started this podcast, so there's a timeline for how dumb I am. Other than that, we will see you guys next week, and I hope you are having a better day than the Eccles patio furniture, because that shit is wrecked now.
They can afford more.
Bye.
Bye.
You tried to say Veronica Mars. We get it. Girl detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.